Alright, welcome back everyone. Today we are doing a career video and it's going to be an interesting one. So, today we're doing Joel Ward, who in yesterday's video was a part of the news time for him retiring. I thought I'd follow that up with his career video along with a few other ones that will be airing this week, hopefully. So yeah, before we get into the career of Joel Ward, make sure to hit that like button, drop the subscribe button. We're trying to get to 115 by June 1st. We're 13 away. So yeah, let's get into this. So Joel Ward was an undrafted player. Now, to be honest, I think that this dude is in the top 20 for the best undrafted players of all time. I still think the best one is Martin St. Louis. There's no doubt in my mind that Martin St. Louis is not the best undrafted player. He proved everyone wrong. He was a very key part in the 2004 Tampa Bay Lightning Stanley Cup champions. So Joel Ward, he was born December 2nd, 1980 in North York, Ontario, Canada. He was signed as a free agent in 2006-2007 by the Minnesota Wild, and he kind of got off to a slow start. Most of his stats were zeros, apart from his games played, his assists, and his points. He had 12 shots on the season. He had 1 assist for 1 point, so not the best start to his year, but it was still a good start for an undrafted player, to be the least. He did not play in 2007-2008. In 2008-2009, he signed a contract with the Nashville Predators, and he played 79 games, played at 17 goals, 18 assists for 35 points. And then people started realizing, oh, wait a second, this guy's not that bad of a player, and 35 points for an undrafted player was actually pretty good. So, 36 points on his career now. Next season, 2009-2010, he played with the Predators again, had 71 goals, 13 assists. Had 71 games played. He didn't have 71 goals. He had 13 goals, 21 assists for 34 points, 18 penalty minutes, 134 shots. So yeah, this guy was a very solid player for this team, and was a key part in the 2010 Predators. 2010-2011, now he plays his 3rd season with Nashville, 80 games played, 10 goals, 19 assists, 29 points. Takes a little step down, and that means Nashville is not going to sign him in free agency. So then he goes to the Washington Capitals in free agency. He signs a standard contract with the team and plays for them from 2011-2012 to 2014-2015. And then he plays the rest of his career with the Sharks, and we'll get into that after the few seasons with the Caps. 2011-2012, 73 games played, 6 goals, 12 assists for 18 points. Not a very good season. Like, you look at his first 2 seasons, and you're like, okay, that's kind of decent third-line defenseman numbers, but then you look at this standings, and it's not really the best, and he has never really reached a point in his career where you could be like, this guy's very solid. He's playing at the most second-line defenseman minutes, but you never know. Maybe someone could have gotten injured, and then he's up on the first-line defense, but that's probably a big chance that it's not going to happen. So there you go. 2012-2013. Now, of course, it was a shortened season, so I guess you can't really say that this is bad, but it's still not as good as his other seasons. 8 goals, 12 assists for 20 points in 39 games played. Not too bad stats, but for a shortened season, it's pretty good. 2013-2014, he plays back-to-back full games, full seasons, never gets injured, never goes down to the AHL or anything. And the first season, 2013-14, resulted in a career-high season. 82 games played, 24 goals, 25 assists for 49 points. A very good player in that season. And then, so yeah, he's a very good player for the Capitals team, and he was a tiny part for this team in helping them get to the playoffs in those years. 2014-15, his final year with the Capitals before he signs a 3-year contract with the Sharks. Plays 82 games, 19 goals, 15 assists for 34 points. Pretty good ending to his tenure with Washington. And I'm sure they were like, welcome home. I'm sure they were always saying welcome home to Joel Ward, of course. So 2015-2016, he signs a contract with the San Jose Sharks. Plays his first season, has 21 goals, 22 assists for 43 points in 79 games. That is pretty good stats for this player. And he just seems to basically go downhill from there. The team made the Cup Finals that year. He was close to getting a Stanley Cup ring, but unfortunately he could not get one in his career. 2016-17, 78 games played, 10 goals, 19 assists for 29 points. Solid player for that season, but as I said, it just keeps going down and down for there. 2017-18 now. This was the first year I got into hockey, so I didn't really know about this guy. I kind of heard about him when I was studying the Sharks, but he never really came up into like. I thought to myself, okay, this guy's a very good player, but you know, he's had some good years, but his final year was not one of them. 52 games played, 5 goals, 7 assists for 12 points. And that was the end of his career. He retired 2 years later. Sharks didn't re-sign him after that, so he was in free agency for the past 2 years. He was like, nah, maybe I can get something here. But unfortunately, he could not. And the interesting thing about this is we actually have a bio that we have to read. It's a few paragraphs long. It'll take us about maybe 5 to 6 minutes to read. So here we go. Ward was a few months shy from his 25th birthday when he finally made it to a full-time professional. Joining Houston in the American Hockey League, he signed his first NHL contract with Minnesota Wild. 1 year later, in 2006, he has made up for his lost time ever since. Ward spent 4 seasons in the Owen Sound attack of the Ontario Hockey League, and after an unsuccessful tryout with the Detroit Red Wings, that was the team that must have drafted him, but it didn't say that, opted to play in the College Hockey League at the University of Prince Edward Island. He spent 4 years there and graduated in 2005 with a degree in sociology. His dream remained to play in the NHL. After spending the 2005-2006 season with Houston, Ward made his NHL debut with Minnesota on December 11th, 2006 against the Vancouver Canucks. He had 1 point in 11 games for Minnesota in 2006-2007 and blossomed as an NHL player after signing a free agent with Nashville Predators on July 14th, 2008. He had 17 goals and 35 points for the Predators in 2008-2009, his first full NHL season, and clearly established himself as a reliable two-way forward. The Predators were 21-3-2 in 2009-2010 when Ward had a point, so he was very good. The Predators were very solid when Ward had a goal or assist. Ward ranked second among Nashville forwards in block shots, 57, so that's pretty. Defensemen are pretty high in those categories, and was third on the Predators in takeaways, 51, and fourth in hits, 67 in 2010-2011 during the Stanley Cup playoffs that season. Ward had a point in 10 of the Predators' 12 games and led them in goals, 7, assists, 6, and points, 13. Ward signed a 4-year contract with the Washington Capitals on July 1st, 2011. In the 2013 playoffs, he tied for the most points Capitals with 4 in 7 games. In 2013-14, he had his first 20-goal season. On November 1st, 2013, he got his first NHL hat-trick in a 7-0 win against the Philadelphia Flyers. At the 2014 World Championship, Ward led Canada with 9 points. And during the 2015 playoffs, he led the Capitals in points with 9. So this guy leading up points with the Capitals a lot. After signing as a free agent with the Sharks on July 3rd, 2015, Ward scored his second 20-goal season of his career. He had 2 assists in his Sharks playoff debut on April 14th, 2016 against the Los Angeles Kings. He scored 2 goals in his final 2 games in the Western Conference Final against the St. Louis Blues, including the game winner Game 6, as the Sharks advanced to their first Stanley Cup Final. And that's it for his bio. I do have a few transactions here for what the specific dates that he was signed by. He signed as a free agent with Minnesota on September 27, 2006. A little under 2 years later, he signs as a free agent by Nashville on July 14, 2008. And then a few years after that, he signs as a free agent with Washington on July 1st, 2011. And then finally, he signs as a free agent by San Jose on July 3rd, 2015. Nobody really signed him then. And that was the end of Joel Ward's career. And there's his career. We did that in under 10 minutes. So yeah, that's going to be the first one. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed, do drop a like, subscribe. I state that a lot in this video. So yeah, if you guys want to see any more career videos, let me know in the comment section down below. If you have a specific player you want me to look at, I can gladly do that. I'll add it to my schedule. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. And I'll see you guys in the next one.